Hello, germs and hypothetical old ladies. Welcome back to the cast, and oh, what a motley crew we are. So, Alex, what are you playing?
I'm playing Delta
And
hopefully
yes, and I'm back to, and hopefully I'm going to be finding some level of entertainment in this session of Pokemon. A Pokemon Legends ZA. If I'm not entertained in the slightest by what goes on in this game, I think I might just drop this entirely because this has been kind of boring.
Ouch.
And look, I like Legends Arceus.
Same.
But this game just doesn't do it for me.
That's fair. I only got this game because I saw potential in it.
Same.
And that Kalos is underrated.
Yeah, I still need to play X and Y.
X and Y are pretty good.
Make me green again, old man. I would far prefer to be green.
Yeah, because
I'm through the game, but it's still pretty good.
Let's go do what is.
Because then again, I like the 3DS Pokemon games, by the way. A slow decline, but the big decline happened during the Switch era.
You know, Alex, the thing about... Hold on. Oh dear. Who spotted me?
No.
Oh god, it's the Alpha Hound.
Yeah. And again, I've seen like absolutely nothing like much content on Legends Arceus. Maybe because I haven't really looked it up that much, but yeah. I mean,
oh Jesus, Alpha Hound!
Damn, its eyes are red.
I will admit, the Alpha Pokemon are pretty cool.
Yeah, the Pokemon gimmick, Alpha Pokemon.
Well, that sucks.
Hell, in my playthrough, I did catch an Alpha Bellsprout, and I evolved it into Weepinbell and Victory Bell, and it has been kicking ass. No, seriously, I've actually been using a Victory Bell this time around.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I mostly like it in the anime, mostly James's Victory Bell. And keep in mind, the Screech is its Japanese voice.
Yeah, fucking Jordan.
I mean, to be fair, Rampardos'
What are you, Thor?
Screeches
are
also his are also Kenta Miyake's.
Yeah, that's correct.
Because they did not dub over his.
It makes sense to keep Rampardos' Japanese voice because in Japan his name is Rampald or Ramapardo. The English name is close enough.
Come on! Frogadier died already because the Alpha Houndoom is trying to kick my ass.
Because, let's say if I worked on a Pokemon dub or a fan dub, I would only keep the voices if they're just sounds, or if they have the same names in Japanese.
Meanwhile, Charizard or its grunts are all
roars.
Roars, so it makes sense for Shinichiro Miki to be in the English version.
And I don't think they're sound effect tracks either. I think they might be vocal-only tracks. But one thing's for sure, I will never replace Pikachu's voice, because I am keeping Ikuei Otani's voice for Pikachu no matter what.
Yeah, that's a good...
So I did a sound test a couple years ago from a Diamond and Pearl episode, and I kept Pikachu and Ursaring's voices.
Yeah, Pikachu's VA is probably one of those VAs that made millions off literally saying one word for
Yep.
25 years.
And meanwhile, well, in a
I remember that one Pokemon movie.
Oh, no! Why did I do that?
I remember that one Pokemon movie where the theater blew up when a Pikachu said words.
Yeah.
That's because I want to be with you.
Oh, I get it.
I don't know if Otani did it in the Japanese version. She probably did, but it was, I think, Kate Bristol in the dub. I will admit, the English voice was actually pretty close.
Yeah, I mean, I almost for a second thought that the Japanese VA we said something meaningless for the first
And I'm
second,
just
but-
like, yeah, you better go back to sleep, buddy, because I'm coming back in there, and when I do, I'm gonna catch you.
My interpretation of that scene was, I'm going to assume that Ash would probably be so beat up that I guess he started hallucinating Pikachu speaking to him.
Yeah.
Because I mean, because then what you just said before sounds like Pikachu, and because because I was like, oh, like a little pun or something.
And what's really stupid is the dub replaced almost all the music and only one track gets kept. Just one.
Oh.
Good, because the original soundtrack's better and should never have been replaced in the first place. Because Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Are the only anime series that still replace the soundtrack, which is unacceptable. And you're
And
wasting
Dragon
these
Ball
composers'
too.
talents.
And Dragon Ball, but it's only for like vocal sounds. Vocal music.
How am I missing you? How am I missing you?
I don't know. I mean, during Dragon Ball Super, there was. I mean, when we were hearing the Tournament Power,
Oh no!
Dude, just give up on it, man.
Never give up on a freaking alpha.
Never give up, never surrender. Speaking of never give up, John Cena gave up in his last match.
Yeah,
I mean-
John Cena was retiring after MHA ended.
Sorry, I can't help you. I'm retired. Okay,
You know
who
what,
let Jerry from Whoop in here?
Honestly, I think good on John Cena. He's retiring on his own terms.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If Cena wants to go out on a loss, that's one thing. Going out on a loss when his gimmick is being the never give up guy, come on.
That okay, yeah, that is a bit ironic.
He should have passed out. He should have, like, if I'm Gunther, I'm bringing that match so that he passes out before he can tap out.
He gave.
Because it takes 3 seconds of shoot pressure on somebody's carotids to make Then again, like if you're not expecting to like tap out of reflex, so it's probably not a great thing to do to somebody.
There are some things I like about Legends ZA, but I did not like the start of it. Like, telling you what to do and shit. Like, I've played these games for a long time. You don't need to tell me.
these games before.
The game only starts to get a little better by the time you start to get stuff for ammo or whatever the hell.
Expedition 33 swept the Game Awards a couple days ago.
Yeah, holds the record for most games won in the Game Award. For better or worse, depending on who you are. I mean, good on Exhibition. I mean, I'm happy for the fans and the people who made it. It's an indie game. But damn, did it won a lot of awards. That was kind of ridiculous.
Swap blue.
So it's an indie game out of technicality. Really? Ah. Is it based? Was it based? Yeah, I'll give it a... I mean, I'll see the first 3 episodes and see it. Then again, I would never wait to give it that. I'm not gonna give it. I'm just gonna say I'm gonna wait for 3 episodes, see the reviews, and see how it is.
Where's the show?
Guy behind Halo.
Oh,
I would expect
not-
things.
that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Buddy, I've been playing the games for a long time. I know how berries work. I think a lot of us know how berries work.
Yeah, you eat them and then you get a sugar high.
Right? I think that's how it works.
That's how it works in real life. I presume it's the same in video games.
Alex,
I mean, I think some games have like a sugar meter or something.
And you got to keep in mind, I've been playing Pokemon since Gen 2, starting with Pokemon Gold.
I started with the Game Boy with Leaf Green of all things. So Gen
Nice!
3.
You started with the best Kanto remakes.
Yeah,
Alex doesn't like those remakes.
That's okay.
really? Huh.
No, they're not enough of an upgrade. They're like just a plain Game Boy Advance version of the
So the Sevi Islands don't exist.
The only issue I have with Fire Red and Leaf Green is how the music pitch is different. I get it's probably because the Game Boy Advance's hardware limitations, but the music's in a completely different pitch than the Game Boy games.
limitation necessarily. Because that might actually be an
I mean, I mean, sure, I can get where you're coming from, but I mean, here's the thing, I guess Alex was like, not enough remix. See, there wasn't really much we could do. I mean, the only thing you could probably do with back in the day was maybe add in like the whole specials. No, it's special to Gen 4, right?
Yes.
Yes. Starting with Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah, I think like probably. Okay, I'm trying to think like new gimmicks you could probably add in like Gen 3. I mean, I guess you could. I mean,
He's implying that the animation in it isn't good, due to the fact that
basically the same kind of thing as Game Boy Color games.
the thing
Yeah,
is,
because
Alex,
there were no animated sprites in Fire Red and Leaf Green.
the thing is, Alex, eventually the sprites would be more consistently animated by black and white. But at the same time, this wasn't like how you had this complaint before when we were discussing Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Or the thing is that at the very least with these types of sprite-based games, they didn't really need to have that much animation going on. But no. Here's the thing. The only time that when that did become inexcusable is in the 3DS era, when they did finally get 3D models.
Yeah.
And they've been reusing the models ever since because they're future-proofed or something like that.
Yep.
And you want to know something? Fans do a better job with those models than the actual games do.
And remember, and here's the thing, Alex: the Pokemon games that had the most personality were the Stadium duology, as well as Coliseum and XD Gale of Darkness.
Yeah, and even though Battle Revolution sucked, the animations there were pretty good.
Oh yeah, Battle Revolution also had really good personality to the animation.
Yeah, it did.
But then, of course, came...
Well, Battle Revolution was also a game I really wanted to get back in when I was a kid.
So Battle Revolution has this odd thing where you can port your team
Yeah, that's what I remember.
from...
Oh yeah, that's fine. Now speaking of Battle Revolution, I guess technically there was also that not Pokemon. I guess that Pokemon Stadium remake coming soon.
Is that
Or
actually happening?
I mean no, not remake. What do you call it? That battle. Or was it already out?
Yes, it is.
It's kind of like thing where you can battle. It's sort of like how Stadium does it. Not like remake.
I think you mean Pokemon Champions, and it's coming out next year.
Yeah, that. Like a spiritual successor, I guess in a weird way you call it. At least that's the best way I can describe it.
So it's kind of like a battle simulator.
Yeah, I guess like a spiritual successor to Battle Revolution in a way.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta find 12 Spupa.
So it could be fun for, competitive battling and other stuff.
Yeah, maybe give competitive battling it more competitive battles, more flair that it needed.
So in case you're wondering, Spupa is the obligatory second stage for bug-type Pokemon on from Gen 6.
Gen 6 was Kalos, right? Gotta remember.
Yes.
Again, I barely know much about Kalos. Again, I think it's the one generation I just skipped and just didn't care for.
That's fine. I've played pretty much every generation up to Gen 8. I skipped Gen 9.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get back into it until like Sun and Moon. I was like, yeah, and I played that to the end. That was pretty great.
Sun and Moon are actually decent, just a bit too text heavy.
Yeah. Oh, Alex is at the piano. You're gonna play Megalania, Alex. You're gonna play the funny fan song.
My heat went out and it was 50 degrees last night. Oh man. It's working now. Hope y'all are staying warm this evening. Yes.
I am.
Time to appreciate the good things you have in your life as much as you can. Yep. Always try to stay warm during the wintertime.
Alright, Alex, you're gonna go back and play. You're gonna go back and play Megavolania on the piano.
Man, if the thing will fucking let me.
So the third stage of the obligatory bug type from Kalos is interesting in terms of its gimmick.
Is it a good gimmick, or
as in whatever color it is the color, or is based off of the area that you are currently in terms of the world. Wild.
That's correct.
Ah, so it's
About
like,
Vivillon or whatever it's pronounced.
Vivillon.
yeah.
Okay.
Huh, didn't really-
Okay. Saw says he stopped playing after Gen 4.
Which is fair.
Yeah.
I wouldn't blame him.
But then again,
Yeah.
and
Well, I
they
would
missed-
suggest Gen 5.
Yeah, Gen 5 is great.
Susie, you
Yeah.
big
Yeah.
arms and lift me up.
Hated
Wait,
at
wait, wait.
first by some people, allegedly, but I'd say it's where
I
the
don't get why-
franchise peaked.
I don't get why people hated it. If people
Gen
will be
4 or
Gen
Gen 5?
5.
It's
Yeah.
recency bias, so that, you know, everybody usually are gonna judge the new thing harshly. It's kind of like how the Zelda
Think about
fans.
what she might be doing.
And with
Kinda
Black
like
and
how
White,
Or I could just
you
follow her,
basically
you
started off with
fucking goat.
completely new Pokemon. There were no old Pokemon until the post game.
Yeah, which is
Or
one of the reasons why
until,
people hated on
Or
it.
until Pokemon
I
on
like
Black
the
2 and
idea.
White 2.
Aspects of Pokemon
And
G.
that's when you had a mix of
That
new
is a
and old.
neat idea.
Ooh,
Yeah.
guys. I just saw. I ended up seeing the outfits for, or Legends Arceus is in this museum. Look at that!
Hey.
Idea.
Yeah.
Hey, Ray
Outfits.
and Akari's costumes.
Yeah. Cute little reference to them. And I think
The
I haven't
Survey
even finished
Corps.
Legends Arceus yet.
You
First
should.
NES game might be why.
Yeah, I probably need to get to that too.
I need to get
Yeah,
back
like-
to it because it is a fun game. And it's
I
also
love
the
that-
style that Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl should have been in.
Yeah. I did
And
go
I
back.
refuse to
that-
get those games.
I only got it because it was with my the birthday present.
That's fine. But yeah, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and Scarlet and Violet are the games I will never get. I absolutely refuse to get those games.
Understandable, because as someone who has played the game, finished it, got to the
Yep.
end, I could say
There
just
is,
play
there did
Platinum.
exist a mod for an emulator, or of BDSP, which ended up heavily enhancing the game to the point where it became somehow harder.
I
And look,
mean,
Dialga
well,
and
the
Palkia.
I'm not gonna say. I will say it is not
all
100% bad. I mean, it's improvement of Diamond and Pearl. I'll give it that much. But unfortunately, the problem is ironically the benefit. It's an improvement of Diamond and Pearl, not an improvement of Platinum.
Platinum's
And-
better.
Yep.
I want to play Power World, but the problem is I have a
And
also,
I'm
another
going-
problem with the Pokemon
haven't
games is if you
started.
don't have saves from a certain game, that stuff is pretty much locked.
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
if
they're
you didn't
doing
have
it better
Brilliant
with.
Diamond or Shining Pearl when you're playing Legends Arceus, nope, you can't get a few things, which is stupid.
It is
Survival
stupid, but then again, that's also something that the other games
Yeah,
have been doing since the very beginning with some things.
I've heard good
Hmm.
things about it. I was watching Pirate Software play it. For
I
a
will
while,
give
but
this though. I
just-
did like that Billion Diamond Pro did let you walk your Pokemon again, which I'll give it that.
That
much.
is a good thing.
Except
Yeah,
Because
the
Pokemon
Find
following you should have been a thing since Gen 4, but nope, didn't bring it back for a while.
Yeah. And I will give it this. It probably has arguably the best Cynthia boss fight in the Pokemon series.
I've heard about that one.
It's easily the hardest Cynthia boss fight there, and actually arguably the best fight in the game because it does one thing that you probably won't guess. Cynthia plays competitive Pokemon.
Nice.
That's right. They decided to take stuff they learned from the competitive scene and apply it to Cynthia, making an actual challenging boss fight. Because she has held items, and hell, even perfect IV guard charms.
Yeah, speaking
And-
of,
And she gets
Games
even
I
harder in
haven't
the
even
rematch.
started.
So
speaking
I
of games
guess
I haven't even started. I've still got to get through the Tomb Raider games. By the way, they announced
The
a
new
new
Tomb Raider.
game at the Game Award. Actually, two new Tomb Raider games at the Game Awards. A
Yeah.
remake of the original and a sequel. And
yeah,
they had so many useless unknown features of Pokemon and took out good fan favorites. It seems simply
Oh wait, I just saw the Hex Minion. Milf. That was the Hex Minion, Milf guy. There she is.
That sounds a lot like what
Where?
goes
There she
on
is.
with
Over there. There
Assassin's
she is.
Creed.
There she
Where-
is.
They add features
Look guys, it's
that
Twitter's favorite Pokemon gal. Making
they add features that people really don't ask for and don't care about.
Pokemon has this weird thing with each generation is they have this because they're constantly trying to improve, but unfortunately they also gotta remove gimmicks as well. Like, you know, I think every generation, or I guess more specifically every region
Oh
has
dear, the sun's getting low, guys.
gets yeah.
Hey, big guy,
Which
so-
means we... Sadly, the infraggable Kronk is not in this game.
Ooh. But yeah, as I was saying, I think like each not regeneration, more like each region introduces some new gimmick, and then they and despite and whether the gimmick is good or bad, they always remove that gimmick for each region. Which, on one hand, I can get why, you know, make every region unique for both a world build and gameplay. But on the other hand, some of these gimmicks would be something that I would like to see be expanded on.
No, Sonic, you need to understand. On the one hand, gold.
I love the
On the
Assassin's
other,
Creed up to around Black
painful,
Flag.
agonizing failure.
Yeah,
that's
like
what just
that.
about everybody says, because here's the thing. Assassin's Creed Unity and what you call it, Syndicate. Once they got all the bugs patched in Unity, Unity's actually a pretty good game. But the problem was getting past that, and we shouldn't have ever been in a position where they released a game that was that unfinished. And that was the same thing. Like, Syndicate was technically more finished, but it still had all the same problems as Unity did at launch. It was just there were less of them and they were less debilitating. Like, Assassin's Creed still does pretty good as a go back to the just been
Hey, Electrike!
and they added stuff.
Oh, that's actually
Unity is
gimmick.
nobody wanted. And they took away the pirate ship.
Hi,
They
Mickey.
added the ship again. They didn't
So a team based on someone
Paralysis.
status effect. Yeah. Okay, I guess teams that use based on some status effect. Okay, you know, that's an interesting idea. Oh yeah, what was I saying?
I'm gonna look up how to play Megalovania.
Yeah, alright. Alright, you do. Yeah, it can. It will. I've done it. You'll get a fun Easter egg. In fact, you get a bunch of Easter eggs if you play 30 songs. So yeah, as I was saying, oh yeah, right. On the one hand, yes, goals, more expansions, more gameplay options.
the
But
shit
on the
music.
other hand, yeah, twin failure. No, for me.
So, sorry. And my little sister's
Yeah, it's
dog
fine.
is very,
Yeah, we
antsy
heard it.
when I place my legs on him. He's very selective of whom he allows near him.
Yeah. It's part of
That was Row.
There, they look good, bro. Yeah, I was saying, yeah. I mean, some part of me, on like the more general side, would be like, yeah, I could probably rely some of these gimmicks to this movie here because maybe audience didn't work for this, or maybe
one of my
just want-
favorite edits for the first Pikachu short was editing Knight of Fire as
I was more of a poison guy, not gonna lie.
essentially editing Knight of Fire over Pikachu and Raichu just running around the entire field. What do you mean? I don't have a background for my screen.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I don't remember Kevin having a background.
God,
Yeah,
so
just
stop
throw-
it.
Yeah, sure, why not? But yeah, I mean, on one hand, I can understand why, you know, don't, because if you have like a bunch of games, it would feel the game would probably feel bloated with too many options. Like, because I do love my options, having too many could make new players feel overwhelmed. On one hand. But on the other hand, I mean, I like Mega Evolution. So bring more back. I'm pretty sure everybody loves Mega Evolution, so I'm like, bring more of them.
People want Flygon.
Mega Evolutions are good.
People want
Yeah.
Flygon to have a Mega Evolution, and I'm like, I gave up on that a while ago.
Wouldn't blame
I mean,
you.
let's be honest, Garchomp kind of took Flygon's whole flow, and now he's the new ground dragon type that everyone uses.
And Garchomp didn't need a Mega.
He didn't need to, but unfortunately he was too popular because, let's be honest, who's the person you think of when you think Garchomp?
Well, Garchomp is a good Pokemon.
Yeah, very good. And the stuff's nightmares.
Well, Sprout.
Whether you're either
Sprout.
playing single player, you're playing competitive. That thing's a monster. It needs to be put down.
You need to be stopped.
You need to be stopped!
Fuck. At least I heard it's really good at playing piano. Other than that, I mean, I'm trying to think of all the region-specific gimmicks. I mean, Sun and Moon, I don't think. I mean, Sun and Moon's gimmick was honestly I
Z
think the whole-
moves.
Z moves.
Or
Yeah,
Z moves.
Yeah, Z moves. Kalos with Mega Evolution.
And
But-
Galar was
You go-
Gigantamax.
And Dynamax.
Yeah, and Unova was triple and rotation battle,
Which
Perfect
did come back for
rotation.
Gen 6, like in X and Y and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and after that they were taken out.
yeah, I'm gonna be
Bring
honest. I
that
didn't really-
back!
I was fine with triple battles, rotation battles.
I like triple battles better than rotation battles.
Yeah, that's kind of I do like triple battles, for then adding more chaos and such. But
How did you guys feel? How do you guys feel about wild Eevees in Pokemon Black 2 and White 2?
Fine with it.
I'm fine with it. I mean, I see nothing wrong with it. I mean, plus it means I can have an entire team of just Eevees, so I see nothing wrong with it. Why would I be against more Eevees? Yeah, sure, it does break the tradition of, hey, here's your free gifted Eevee for the region. But on the other hand, hey man, now you can have an entire team of just Eevee. The Eevee run.
Yep. And of course, later down the road, you can always breed it with a Ditto at the daycare.
Eh.
Who are you?
Because Ditto is a bad Pokemon in battle, but it is a lean, mean breeding machine. Unless the other Pokemon has an
In other-
undiscovered egg group and can't breed.
That was great. That
In
was
other
great.
words-
Toby just killed me with a fucking
Yeah, that's why.
Price.
In other words,
That's
it's
why. And
in
if
other
you try to play it
words-
again, and guess what? If you try to play the song again, it will stop.
in other words, Ditto is kind of a slut.
Yeah,
It's the
pretty much.
Pokemon prostitute.
You were such a whore.
Like Ditto will calmly approach you, who dressed in the most suggestive attire imaginable, and then it will attempt to seduce you.
And it doesn't apply to just Pokemon either, as that one Pokemon game has proven. It can transform into humans.
Yep.
Have fun sleeping at night.
I will give Legends ZA some credit. At least there's some fast travel in this game.
Yeah. I mean, but the stuff I did, I don't think it's not all doom and gloom. I heard the story was actually pretty unique in some things, as I guess a pseudo. I mean, okay, you know what? Can I am I allowed to mention future stuff in that, or should we just leave it at that?
I do not give a crap about spoilers because I don't know if I'm gonna keep straight with this game.
Neither do
Alright,
I.
anyone? Okay, I guess, so I did find it interesting that apparently Lysander returns, apparently. Yeah, and it's,
does.
I heard about
Yeah.
that.
Lysanderoth, you're behind all of this.
no,
yes,
no, see, here's
it
the
was
thing.
I.
Here's the thing, though. He's not a villain this time. In fact, he's actually, apparently, he's gone for the same
You know,
situation that L guy.
the only reason I would have wanted Sungwon Cho to play Lysander is just so that we could get a live an actual full Lysandera in anime. Because we've all seen those stupid sketches that he did where he is quote unquote Lysandera.
I have not actually.
Okay, just look it up.
I'll look it up. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I did.
Yo,
Apparently-
I'm King Dragon. I'm the king of the lair. You ain't going nowhere down on the ground, because I'm gonna
Alright.
kick your ass.
Alright, now I can finish. So yeah, I did find it interesting that apparently Lysander kind of. I did kind of find this thing now, like apparently Lysander does return. It's like the Lysander from like XY, where we actually see what happened to him. Where apparently he's in the same situation as that old guy. What was his name? ZA. Where apparently Lysander became sort of immortal.
Somehow.
Yeah, I guess I don't know how I can move the machine in a way, but either.
Yeah, and
Translation.
Lysander apparently calls himself L.
Yeah.
Translation. Lysander, or fully believes that he is, or rather, fully believe that a wizard did it.
I guess, yeah.
And no, that is not the L you're thinking about, because the L you'd be familiar with is someone who thinks like Yagami is Kira.
Hey, question,
Yeah.
Al, why are you sitting on that chair? Why are you sitting on that chair like that?
I have to sit like this because if I don't, my thinking skills decrease by 40%. Isn't it obvious? And I also like eating sweets and candy, but I can actually burn off calories by using my brain. So I don't get fat, surprisingly.
I need to see if I need a lot more Death
Let's
Note,
face it, L was one of the best characters in Death Note.
And
which is why I kind of dropped it after he died.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
where
replaced
most
with
people.
Mia.
That's where most people drop
I
the
did give it
series.
a couple more episodes afterwards, but I was like, man, it just
There was a bit of a time skip, and of course, Mia was able to find out that Light was Kira.
Somehow.
That's right. I am Kira.
Then like has crash out.
Yes, he does.
And then he just ends up becoming incredibly stupid.
And you gotta
No.
admit, Brad Swaley did a great job in the dub. In fact, the dub of Death Note is just phenomenal.
As Alex has pointed out many times.
And keep in mind, I saw the episodes in Japanese first, then I watched the dub, though it was through DVD rips. I have the complete Blu-ray set, even if it's just upscaled footage. But this is an anime I will watch dubbed pretty much no matter what, because it is one of the best dubs I've ever watched. I shall become the god of this new world!
Humans are so interesting.
Yep.
Hey,
Oh, that
oh,
dub
hi.
is
Oh, hey, Ryu,
Oh, that's so
question.
good.
Why is it that you suddenly sound... Why is it that you suddenly look like Willem Dafoe? And Ryu proceeds to...
Well, even though Netflix Death Note was a disaster, Willem Dafoe was the one good casting choice.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, mean, if anyone can,
The rest of the movie was trash.
I mean, if anybody can either.
And the guy playing Light was Nat Wolf, and you might remember him best from the Naked Brothers band.
Yes.
Boy, howdy.
Anyone remember
howdy,
that
what-
show from the 2000s?
I do, and that is just
vaguely
so vague.
remember. And
Yeah,
I
guys,
do. Like I said, I do, but knowing that fact just silly.
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, look at that! I don't believe in this honor code. Oh, we don't fight like gentlemen here because the gentlemen prefer blonde.
But yeah, I do like how they handle Lysander, or I guess L in DA. Apparently he's kind of trying to make up for his sins, and yeah, he's still trying the same goal of trying to make everything beautiful, but he's actually trying to still do it in a less genocidal way. Also, I like his design. He has apparently one eye.
Well, at least he's not dead.
Well, he's immortal, which arguably could be worse.
Wants to forever.
I mean, it would be lovely to be immortal, but sadly that's not possible in reality.
I mean, part of me would. I mean, while living more would be nice, it would also be kind of hell if I could think about it.
Yeah,
Hey, if I
well,
knew
as
I
long
was
as you
gonna
don't
live
have
forever-
any health issues.
If I knew
It's a
I was gonna
double-edged
live forever,
sword.
I'd use my forever to figure out how to make everybody else live forever.
Yeah, and of course you'd have to look after yourself very well, like having to eat right, maybe move more and stuff like that.
Gotta do plenty of push-ups, plenty of sit-ups, and drink plenty of juice.
Yep.
Well, I do a lot of push-ups and sit-ups, and I drink plenty of juice.
All right, Pidgey.
Also,
The
Alex,
ball.
you just found that's literally the
New world records also at 35 hours for 100% completion. Got a slide whistle today. Okay. You didn't
Also,
have to say that, but sure, whatever. See you
Also,
later,
Alex.
man.
Also, Alex, the fact that you say you want everyone else to live for us, that's literally an evil villain plot.
No, that's... The appropriate response to that is... not even plot. Plot.
Oh look, it's a business guy.
Suit up!
Goes the Barney.
Man, you are over-leveled as shit.
Not really.
I mean, you're level 26, and you're fighting people in the level 18 and 17 range.
I have.
I don't know, maybe the game is even giving you EXP like crazy.
You get EXP candy in this game.
Which is
Yeah,
really helpful for grinding.
Yeah.
Well, I will
Like, I'm
say
not
it's kind of a bit easy to gain experience nowadays.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit too easy.
Yeah, that's kind of why I don't really like it all that much.
That's fair.
That is fair. It's a double-edged sword. On one hand, it does help with the grinding, but on the
On
other
one
hand, yeah, that joke. Yeah.
And I
But
will
on the-
say, did this game really need trading and stuff like that when it could have just been done in-game by yourself? Because don't even bother
That's
trading with
the question
strangers. You
that
might
everybody
as well
asks.
trade with a close friend.
That's what everybody asks for Pokemon.
So yeah, good luck getting trade evolutions without trading with a friend or some rando who's probably going to take that trade and never give it back.
Yes, because I actually remember something like that happening once.
It happened to me a couple times in the Let's Go games.
Yep.
And here's the thing, trading is actually worse when you're playing on the Switch because the save data gets saved to the system and not the cartridge like previous games. And I admit, I've traded with myself up to Gen 7.
Yep.
Ever since
Alright,
the Gen 3 game, really.
Word of advice, Alex. heal as much whenever you can. After all, you're still compressed with the fight, even without attacking. You don't always have to attack every time. It's mostly just survive to the end kind of fight.
Ah, fuck you! Now I know where Undyne got all of their fucking ideas from.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Challenger's ticket obtained.
I guess we can probably go back to the old Game Awards stuff. So, Game Awards, I don't know. So I guess
First,
the
we gotta
news
go
stuff-
over the recent passings.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So Rob Reiner and his wife were both murdered by their son.
Oh,
Yeah, their son definitely needs jail time.
Ah.
Definitely.
Yep, we lost the director of The Princess Bride, among several other things.
And regardless of what you
Stand
thought
by
of
me.
Rob Reiner's political takes, and I didn't agree with them, but he shouldn't have gotten killed like that. No,
No,
that's
no.
too far.
Rob
And
was
we-
actually in one of his recent, well, his most recent movie. He did security for the Spinal Tap gig over in New Orleans, and he didn't realize that it's not a real band.
And then
He's watching all this stuff and was like, oh my god.
Oh,
What's
by the
wrong
way,
with these
I
old
watched
men?
Harry Met Sally, and it's a good film.
Yes.
Love it. It's a great movie.
Yeah. Well. Oh, I'm guessing is that all the pass?
Nope, got a few more.
Yeah, just asking.
Oh, Cinesage.
Wow, that was terrible.
See. Well, I guess, what if it's any passion? Do we talk?
We also lost Jeff Garcia,
Yeah.
the voice of Sheen Estevez from Jimmy Neutron, among many other roles.
Sheen was one of the funniest characters in that show.
Ultradog!
As well as,
Yeah, that's not
Well,
their
I
fault.
heard my voice actor died. Jimmy, Carl, it's been a pleasure. I am hilarious, and you will remember me for years to come.
Yep.
Yeah, such a funny character.
Jimmy Neutron in general was also pretty funny.
Yeah, Jimmy Neutron was a good show.
feel the pink and gold.
And of course, Carl Weezer could also be funny.
Yeah.
And now I'm ranking Lee.
Oh yeah, Jim Ward,
Fremont?
the voice
Yeah,
of Doug.
that death was sad, man. Like,
Doug
he was a
Dimmadome.
really good voice actor.
Doug Dimmadome,
Yeah.
owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome. He was also
And-
Doctor in Metal Gear Rising.
And Jeff You Betcha.
And
Yes.
Diamond.
I'm
Doc
Jeff
Whitney.
You Bow Down.
Word that my voice actor has sadly passed away. This is Jeff Ubetta saying, this is my final broadcast. Good night, Dimsdale.
Oh no.
This is
sad.
Jeff You Bow Down, and we're getting ready to bow down.
Yeah, I'm sad.
And
He was also Diamond Head in Ben 10,
He was also Accelerate.
and he was
And
also
Captain-
Wildfire.
I probably
Captain
got the
Quark.
voice wrong there.
And Captain Quark from
Jim was a really good voice
God
actor.
damn it, old
and
man! No!
At least he pretty much kind of left voice acting years ago because of some health issue or something.
Maybe that.
But yeah, he'll be missed because he was really good at what he did. Definitely one of the good ones.
Now you're long. That's my attack.
Let's see what else. 'Cause I'm just scrolling for the
2025 is not leaving us without taking a few people with it.
And
had
of
to get
course, the voice actor for Dr. Kureha died. The Funimation.
That was
one.
that was a month ago.
Yeah, it was a month ago. Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, 'cause I'm trying to look
Yeah, and
for
that
this week.
sucked because even though I haven't fully watched the Funimation dub of One Piece, I've seen clips, but she did a good job as Kureha.
I was almost done.
Whom, funnily
We're
enough, in
almost
Japanese
free.
was voiced by Masuko Nozawa.
Yes, that's correct. And Nozawa's voice really fits Kureha.
Just like it fit the very
Okay, I'm
first
gonna come
thing that
back.
she ever voice acted.
Hmm.
Which, in
Well, I
case
will
you
say
were
about
wondering,
Kureha-
is
Sorry.
I believe. I mean, I believe was Merryweather.
Oh.
Yes, Nozawa voiced Merryweather in the original Japanese dub of Sleeping Beauty,
Wow.
and that was in 1960.
That's incredible.
She's
And
had
Nozawa's doing very well for herself, too.
She's had voice acting credits for longer than a lot of voice actors have been around.
There's no denying she's a legend.
Rogue Mega Evolution.
And even if you prefer the dub of Dragon Ball, you get used to her Goku voice. Like, as a kid it's fine, but you'll get used to it as an adult.
The thing is
You
that
just
that's
get
the
used
the casting director, or when Goku was when Goku had grown up, had so the casting director when Goku had grown up was initially going to recast as Nozawa for a guy. As Goku. Oh, but they got too used to her voice. Oh boy.
Well, you can tell that Nozawa kind of pitches her voice slightly down when Goku's older. Slightly.
Then she also has to do the same thing.
With Gohan, Goten, and also play Turles, Bardock, Goku Black.
Oh, by the
Good
way,
old Aura Spear.
by the way, speaking of Street Fighter.
Yep, okay, guess we're on the Game Awards now. Yep, so yeah, the Street Fighter trailer finally came out. Finally got the first look.
Good.
It looks good. I describe it as one of those movies the same way I describe the Mortal Kombat. It looks so stupid, but it's a good kind of stupid that might look around to being good. Even if it is bad.
Somebody tried to say that Ken from Street Fighter was supposed to be Japanese. I'm like, oh?
He's American. He's never been here. He's always been American.
His name is Ken Masters. Remind me. Like Ken? Okay.
I mean, just Japanese people. Yeah.
Japanese people in the Masters? That's it.
We know that. Either way. honestly, the cast is gonna be something to see. I mean, the standouts, you know, Momoa, a really good Zangief.
Cody Rhodes is Guile.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes Guile. Yeah, I think he's all awesome looking at it.
Wait, I'm sorry, Gale?
Yeah, Cody Rhodes is
Guile?
Guile.
Girl? Wait, I'm sorry, was it Gale?
That was a How I Met Your Mother reference. I did that on purpose. You know, the one episode that guest starred Enrique Iglesias as Gaia.
Also, apparently, Dan's gonna be in the movie, and of all people, Joe. Yes, Joe. For those who don't know, from the original Street Fighter 1, that Joe.
That's quite a deep cut.
Yeah, real deep.
Played by a YouTuber too.
I don't know. I'm not the kind of guy who follows all these.
Well, you know,
Maybe.
speaking as a YouTuber, I don't follow a whole lot of stuff like this.
Other than that, look, man, I don't think I'm like good on him. I'm glad he keeps it. Give it a watch. Other than that, what I think, oh yeah, Jason Momoa once again beating another video game adaptation, second one. Now he's Blanco.
Fucking Minecraft 2.
People are trying to say it, and the thing is that while I understand, there is one thing that some people have said regarding how some have pointed out how that Lobo is apparent. Some people who are more fans of Snyder's thing, saying like, oh, Momoa is playing a quote-unquote a relatively unknown character. Or another people who are defending it are like, oh, you don't know who Lobo is? Lobo's a big deal, blah blah blah. And I'm like, I know he's a big deal. Alex knows he's a big deal. A lot of people who have watched animated media know he's a big deal. But general audiences who have only seen a handful of these movies, no, they don't know who the fuck that is.
Yeah, that's right.
The last time Lobo showed up at anything significant, he was in Krypton, and he was in Smallville. And that is the biggest... was he in Supergirl? I don't remember.
I don't know, and I don't
TV
really
show.
care. I don't know.
Because the
I
problem-
don't really care.
Oh yeah, I saw somebody was trying to say, you know, like, oh, you guys called Sasha Calle and what's her face as Supergirl. Well, you guys called those woke back in the day. No, nobody called Supergirl woke until like season 4 or 5 when the rot set in across all of the CW. The thing is, Supergirl was in the first season. Supergirl was almost
It's doing nothing. So.
poisonously not woke in some ways. Like that show had.
Look,
That show depicted Supergirl's actual personality as her being a fucking Nazi, essentially. Like the
Look,
closest
man.
thing that Kara Zor-El got to being who she is in the comics was when she got exposed to red kryptonite in one episode.
look, man, look, man, the word woke has lost all meaning to it after like a
It
month of
has.
it being used, so I don't even know what even is woke anymore.
The
At this
word's
point,
kind of lost a lot of meaning nowadays that it's been done to death.
And like,
Yeah.
I don't think anybody complained about Sasha Calle as Supergirl, except for the fact that she was in The Flash.
Yeah, which they were doing that whole CW multiverse thing.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
that-
talking about the movie.
Oh, right, the other Flash.
Because that movie
Is terrible, and yet
was
for
fucking horrid.
and yet
And the one that had a predator
will
as
insist
Barry.
that it, and yet Benjamin will constantly insist that it's anything but shit.
Look, Ben does not super actually defend that film. Like, he defends parts of it, and frankly, he's right about those parts, because those are like the half decent ideas. They're in the Flash, so you know, obviously,
I haven't seen it, so if I ever feel motivated or whatever
well,
reason.
once we get around to doing that you know, Death Throws the DCEU series, I'll stream it for you guys.
I ain't.
Sure.
You can watch
I
the
ain't joining.
cancer unfold.
I ain't joining for those.
You know, I don't blame you.
If I care enough, again, I'm a Marvel guy. So
You couldn't pay me to give a shit about this.
I mostly prefer DC's older animated stuff. And as for Marvel, well, I still like Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy.
yeah, that's so
And
good.
the MCU's alright, though I need to see a bit more of that. Oh god, there's that shit being shoved down our throats like, oh, know this about Mega Evolution. I've known this since Gen 6!
Yep.
And that
get
is
it
one of
for
the biggest problems I have with this game.
No tutorial skip button.
Yeah,
or
that's
at
what
least-
I was talking about.
Honestly, it would have helped maybe like for a quality of life thing to say, hey, if you know what Mega Evolution is, and they ask you yes or no, I would have been. I think that might have fixed it. Cause I get it for all the new people out there. Yeah, but at the same time, it does feel a bit too handholdy. Like, this is your first.
with blackened knife.
Like, quick question, Kevin. Is this your first Mega introduction to Mega Evolution?
No,
or
I played Gen 6.
No, not your. Like in the game. Like
In the game, yes.
So this is your first time doing Mega Evolution in the game. Because I know you did Mega Evolution with like Lucario or whatever. I mean, I know you did Mega Evolution early with Lucario, but I was like wondering, is this the first time the game is telling you, hey, here's how Mega.
Hey, Jeff.
Right. Negative. You know, the funny thing about Mega Evolution is that it pretty much is digivolving.
I mean, that's kind of what everyone. Yeah, everyone's prepared for that.
Which, by the way, Alex, if you remember from Death Battle, this was something that Ty pointed out when he was fighting Fred. Whoa, he digivolved. No, this is Mega Evolution.
Yeah.
Legally distinct entity, do not steal.
Speaking of that, glad Ashton versus Yugi's doing great right now.
Haven't seen it yet.
I know. I
Won't
won't.
spoil it. As the anime protagonist wins.
I mean, I already knew that. That was the joke spoiler I told Gizmo.
Yeah.
Okay, you're right. The monster tamer wins.
The shonen protagonist won.
Yeah.
Ah!
The shonen protagonist with the strange hair wins.
Yeah.
Come on, look at
Damn,
Ash.
that really doesn't narrow it down.
Come on, Ash has quite a peculiar hairstyle. Oh, you can't tell me that he doesn't.
Ah!
Yeah, then again, let's be honest.
Feed your armor to a rust monster.
Then again, I'll be honest. With versus debate, I do not care for the result. I care about the debate.
I care more
That's
about.
what.
I care
Actually
more
saw
about the
the Ash
results.
versus Yugi death battle. It was actually pretty solid.
It's a pretty solid death battle, and I do like the arguments for both sides and things.
Yeah. And
I'm
also
just
the
talking about-
animation for the battle was great.
Yeah.
But then there was
And
that
also the
one. Then there was that one time at
Ah.
camp
Fuck.
Yeah. The one time at that camp.
where someone tried to summon an Exodia.
Yeah.
I'll never forget
Yep.
that douchebag for trying to do that.
Ah!
Damn it, Weevil.
No,
you
it
can
wasn't
definitely
Weevil.
tell that Elsie Lovelock's take on Ash is more close to Sarah Natachen's.
Yes, it was.
It was actually
fuck.
good voice match, I'll admit.
Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, and also same with Yugi as well.
Alex, are you sure you're not playing
Yeah, Tom
Battletoads?
Shulk, even though he's a bit of a douchebag. His attempt voice was good, though. His Yugi is okay.
Yeah. Art before
Literal
art before
bags
the
of
art.
trash.
But other than that, yeah, you guys will probably
Christopher
like it when you
Dreamer, move your ass!
But I will say this about Tom, he does have a pretty good vocal range, I'll admit that.
Artist before the
Christopher Robert
artist.
Dreamer,
man.
you
Artist
need
before
to
the
do
art.
more rock climbing.
That's all I gotta say. Just because you like the work doesn't mean you have to like the guy attached to it.
Exactly. You know, just like how I like Mitsuki from Kabamaki, but I don't like Carrie Keranen anymore since she blocked me on Twitter years ago when the whole thick thing happened. And we all know what side she was.
Speaking of blocked on Twitter, the Birdman blocked me on Twitter recently.
That's stupid.
What happened?
Yeah,
Well, so he put out a video about the Critical Drinkers video about the Supergirl trailer. Now, here's the thing. He was saying, oh, it was going to be so easy to take down Drinker on this thing. I don't even have to watch Drinker's video to know that like, I know what Drinker's going to probably say about it. I know what the Birdman's going to try and say about it. And it's like Drinker's going to say the same thing he always says about this. It's like, I hope it's good, but, you know, it's coming from these guys, so it's probably not gonna be. So, you know.
Unfortunately, Birdman has been a little too willing to break just about anything and he himself gets on ends up getting on Drinker for being a quote-unquote grifter, but he doesn't realize that his whole thing couldn't really exist.
Well, yeah, he's essentially doing the same thing, except that, like, Drinker's doing the trailers what Birdman does the videos. And I just... all you have to do to see that this is quite clearly not going to be that great of a movie. It starts off with Crypto pissing on a Superman article in the Daily Planet, and then the whole rest of the film looks like it's basically just... you know, it looks like it's another retread of Guardians of the Galaxy.
It literally...
And I'm sure Drinker brought that up in his video. And I'm sure Birdman has something to complain about regarding that.
I have no idea who Birdman is.
He's a guy that he's one of the guys that essentially made the Everything Wrong with Cinema Sins series.
Yeah.
Oh.
So back in the day, there were like 3 people who were doing response videos to the Birdman, JXC, and who was the other guy?
I'm trying to remember. Bob Vids.
Bob Vids, yes. And JXC switched over what kind of content he made. Bob Vids, I haven't heard from him in a long time, and well, the Birdman hasn't made anything I found worth watching in years, so...
Yeah, like, even after... Like, even when he's tried to do things like streaming in games and whatnot, but it's like... Yeah, he hasn't done much worth a damn. So, what did you say that prompted you to want to know?
Well, Ben said something, and I said, like, I don't even have to watch this video to know that the Birdman's wrong.
Of course, Ben had to start our bullshit again.
When Birdman had some back and forth on Ben, I'm kind of not out here talking to anybody anymore.
And you're a bit more level-headed.
Yeah, you're not usually the kind of guy who starts fights.
Birdman's like such an arrogant about
Why I don't bother with Twitter, man. I'm my own business. Oh, hey, look, I found you. Alright, where were we at? Where we at? Tangent. Right here. Yeah.
Apparently she's triggering a bunch of people. Too beautiful and sensuous.
Look, man, let's be honest,
You know
it's
what?
kind of...
All I have to say is she looks like prime Angelina Jolie, and that's good enough for me.
Look, man, it's pretty, let's be honest, Eastern culture over here, let's be honest. I never knew attractive female character shows that people are gonna be upset for dumb reasons.
And
It's kind of the norm at this point, expected.
yeah. Now, one of the things that I like is that they got a bunch of classic animations in there.
Yeah. Dual wielding pistols.
Yeah. Remember
The
Square Enix
dinosaurs
and
are back.
Crystal Dynamics were saying, it was like, oh, you're never gonna see that again. And it was like, fuck you, that's what we wanted. Like the reboot games were okay at the start and then petered out towards the end.
And okay, next up, new Star Wars, of the Old Republic game. Yeah, we're getting another Old Republic game.
Fluffy
Yeah,
is now
sure.
evolved.
Better 3, although,
Gee, wonder what happened to that remake we were supposed to
Into
have.
Ampharos, who's a pretty good Pokemon.
Yep.
But yeah, they are getting the original writer back on board, writer and director back on board, I think. And yeah, they've got the original writer and director back on board, but that really matters if they don't change.
Yeah.
If it's one of those shoehorny kind of games that RPGs have turned into these days, I just... Fire extinguisher.
Fire bad.
I guess other announcements. Let's see. Oh yeah, I guess it's probably a big one. Hey, Mega Man's back, guys.
Yeah, Mega Man's,
He's returned. With Mega Man New Mega Man. And also featuring and potentially new Proto Man as well.
covered in dust. Oh dear. Covered in...
And let Whirlipede evolve.
dust.
Yep, Mega Man dual override. I guess what probably people are calling it
Ooh,
Mega Man 12.
Scolipede.
And all I can say is I'm
Oh,
so
dear.
glad.
The priest may in fact be evil.
You don't say.
Eh,
I think the priest might have killed the old man.
nothing new. But yeah, I'm so glad Mega Man's back after these years.
We went
Of course,
from... We used to live in an era where they couldn't stop making Mega Man games to to us now being in an era where we pray for new Mega Man games.
Usually we get a new Mega Man game at least every 10 years or something at this point.
James Gunn has denied that Brainiac is the Man of Tomorrow villain. Okay, so that confirms.
So that means
absolutely
Brainiac is
absolutely
going to be.
is.
So that means Brainiac is going to be.
Yeah.
I don't
and we
really-
know how this
I don't
usually
really dabble
goes.
on
We meet again, Kal-El.
Oh, I'm
If he
sorry.
is-
I'm sorry. I'm too busy screaming at Lois to really focus.
Yeah, I don't really give in ifs or ands. If it happens, if it happens. If it doesn't, if it
It
doesn't.
seems out of character for Kal-El to scream at a love interest.
Not now. I'm busy shouting my whole character motivation at people.
Where's the dog, Luther? I'm sorry, I don't know what dog you're talking about. You've got me confused. with
Dog,
another
you took the
person.
dog. Where's the
You took the
dog?
Luther, where's the dog? Calm down, alternate James Gunn Superman. You need to take your medication. Mercy?
No. What we need is kryptonite nunchucks.
Candy.
Is that an alpha talon blade?
Yes, it is. Please.
No.
Looks like the DCAU mission is getting the kryptonite.
No.
If it isn't the Earth 16,
No, that's Fletch there.
From a secretary. Yes, and that also.
Well, now I can plunge my I've got my feet in. Wow, that is a heavy-handed metaphor.
I guess another news. Hey, Marvel Rivals. Hey, Deadpool's coming.
Who could have seen
Nice!
that?
And one of the funniest characters in Marvel.
Yeah, well, I mean, with Wild also was. Unfortunately, no.
No, he.
Hold on, let me get it's another new guy. I think it was voiced by the Caddy. I think Caddy was voicing him or
Icarus?
something. No, not Icarus. Other Caddy. He was in. He voiced Charlotte.
Alejandro Saab. Joy.
Yeah.
That fuckwit! Nah, nope, get rid of him. Nope, get rid of him. Fuck him.
I mean, it's unofficial, but
Colors have changed.
I mean, it's unofficial, but people are saying it at him.
Nope, anyone but him. Anyone who isn't an insufferable boss. Nope.
I mean, well, okay, it hasn't been official. Some people say it's Alejandro, some people say it's Matthew Lee King, Yang King. And some people will say it's Ben Starr. It's one of those three. So it might be, so it's not official. It's apparently three options. It could be
Dazzling
Matthew.
Gleam.
It might be Matthew. Wait, I'm wrong. I think it's not out. It's not out. It's not Alexandra.
And who is it?
No one knows. Apparently, people are figuring out. Some people say it's the Matthew Yang King. Some people say it's Ben Starr.
Some people call me the space cowboy. Some people call me the gangster.
Either way, the voice actor has not been on. Either way, the voice actor has not been confirmed. I'll do the voice afterwards.
Takahata 101 under a pseudonym.
It's not him. It sounds nothing like Taka.
Alex, we wouldn't want Curtis here, Curtis there anyway.
Because he became a tool.
Oh yeah, I guess also none of the other character along with Ultra Bloodstone.
Also Bloodstone.
Yeah, her.
He was in Ultimate Alliance.
I know that.
Ooh, hello.
Hello, experienced grinder.
Get back here, you coward!
Coward! Come out! Show yourself! A Pokemon who's got so much experience wielding that's afraid to die! Nothing but a chancy clone!
Why did you sound like Vegeta there?
I had to. You know, it's a reference to the Cell arc when they're trying to find Dr. Giro.
You're nothing but a cheap fake. Faker? I think you're the only fake Saiyan around here.
So I kind of base my Vegeta voice on Sabbath's take when he finds his voice in the early 2000s. Mostly around late Cell, early mid Boo.
That's not a bad Vegeta.
Then again, I think that's probably
almost-
where Sabbath sounded pretty good as
almost around
Vegeta.
prime as Vegeta.
Because he has his pride!
There's one thing a Saiyan always keeps.
You may have invaded my mind and my body, but there's one thing a Saiyan always keeps! His pride!
I will admit, I prefer that line delivery in the Z dub of the Boo arc than I do in Kai.
There's a lot of things about Z, especially towards the end, that are better than Kai.
I actually think the script started to get a little accurate by around mid-late Cell or around Boo. It really depends on the script writer.
Try telling that to Geekdom's followers.
Yeah, because here's the thing, you've got to remember, Geekdom is a fan of the original Japanese.
Yep.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that, because the
No.
dub is nostalgic, but
There's actually a lot wrong if you're a fan of the original Japanese.
and
Explain.
again, it's okay to like the dub, it's okay to like the Japanese, but you also kind of have to be aware of the changes, but it's more dialogue, really, because most of the releases are uncut anyway, so it's mostly just dialogue.
Vegeta will then proceed to breed the nearest female just to prove anybody wrong, and... Well, now I see the next alpha Pokemon that I'm gonna need to catch.
Yep. And of course, he ends up with Bulma, who's been around since the beginning of Dragon Ball, and they have one of the best characters in the series, Trunks. Well, Future Trunks was better in DBZ.
Ah. I'll get you next time. Next time.
Well, at least I know that my present self in that timeline actually has a good life. Doesn't have to worry about a ruined future.
Pass to
Or
the
the
other
fact that later
side
down the road my
of the
mom
Great
was murdered
Depression will show your
and my timeline destroyed. I lost everything.
that out of all the script writers, I think Christopher Neal, or Neil Blythe, whatever his name is, was definitely one of the guys who rewrote a lot of the scripts. Because that would explain a lot. Oh, and by the way, in Return of Cooler, if you watch the dub and compare it to the Japanese, while there are rewrites, there's actually a decent amount of dialogue that's close to the original. Some even do word for word to the translation.
Aha! Battletoads flashbacks.
Those good times, Alex.
No.
Yeah.
You're curious.
I was gonna say this is a really climbed
Ah!
I've seen the LP of Battletoad.
Everything went black.
He's going to the Pokemon Center.
Alright. Okay.
Give me my balls!
Okay, maybe not the best choice of words.
Gotta go back.
See, Chris, this is the, these are the consequences of letting a girl handle your dagger unprotected.
Well, this is what happens when Leon doesn't fuck his sister. Alex.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
come on.
Love finds its way to the girl. Well, you know, I'm going to fucking kill that deer. I'm gonna hop in my dad's truck. I'm gonna plow through the holiday house.
Oh, there's Crocodile. I'm not gonna do Crocodile Zone right now because the plot doesn't require me to do so. Plus, nobody has challenged me, so nobody has issued a challenge, so I have no reason to engage in this.
And it takes place.
At night.
I think the day-night cycle works better in the older games, because at least it is real time. This
Yes.
isn't.
Yeah, look at me.
Hello.
Oh, Sandile.
AKA who would eventually become the star of Ash's game, Human Univa.
Yep. The one with the sunglasses. But the Sandile line is pretty good. Crocodile looks awesome. Oh, Trilba.
I already caught one of those.
Neat. But its evolution is also great. I have played a bit of Legends Jedi, and it's okay, but there are things I just don't like, and I think it's clear that I'm kind of burnt out on Pokemon. I've fallen out of love with it.
Yeah, like I said, I don't even know if I'm going to be fully committed to streaming the entirety of this game, because there is not much that's keeping me interested here.
I really wouldn't blame you.
Like, Alex,
Ah,
you get what I'm talking
Garcy.
about, right?
Get back here, turtle. God, for a turtle, you are a fast son of a bitch. Actually, that's not an unusual thing. Turtles are really fucking quick when they want to be.
Yep.
There was one turtle I was chasing around my yard, and I was just trying to pick him up so that I could shoot him.
But yeah, I think it's safe to say that Pokemon mainline games mostly suck now.
When I was mowing the lawn, and he was just dead set determined not to talk, but I was faster. I am bigger.
Because, come on, you're the top grossing franchise in the world, and your games are mediocre now. And it wasn't always like that. And I'm just going to say it. Ruby Diamond, Shining Pearl, Scarlet and Violet did not deserve to sell as much as they did. Hi, Mabel.
Oh, I came up with some new stuff, research, or whatever. Whatever. You're probably not gonna pay attention, because I sound like a certain Titan from Azarath, and I look like her too. And why do I sound like her?
See, the goth of milk. Oh, you're back again, you son of a bitch. I'm not staying around.
I wonder if this is in any way inspired by Poacher. Because I remember a sequence like this in Poacher as well.
But yeah, because seeing
God
Mabel
damn
in
it.
this game, she just kind of gives off Raven vibes because she looks similar in the face and even the hair. Maybe it's just me.
Run to the head, run for your life.
Some part of me just wants to imagine, like, somebody would ask, why is it that Beast Boy and Raven are a thing? And Gar would probably be like, they'd be like, so why do you like Raven? Have you seen her?
Have you seen it?
I mean, yes, but every so often, whenever you're seen with her, she just seems to look at you, like you're annoying.
He may not be funny, but he's a good guy.
Wait, you really think that?
Don't push it.
In reality, their relationship is essentially the equivalent of Roger Rabbit and Jessica.
Or an old married couple.
No, as in the reason why they're together with each other is because of the quote unquote reason that just because he makes her laugh.
This is getting awfully creepy pasta.
And I'm guessing the whole BB Ray shit became a thing in the 2000s with the Jeff Johns run of the Titans, right? I'm probably
Yeah,
getting
yes.
Oh, good, I guess it's right, because I looked it up. Because before that wasn't a thing.
Was a good writer. Made
Yeah,
comics,
yeah, I
as opposed to
remember
making
back
shitty-
then.
As opposed to making shitty movies.
Yep, I remember those days. Good times.
Because you got to keep in mind, I haven't read like a majority of comics. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's coming from the right.
So, Alex, how do you feel about that bit in Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge with anime puberty? Okuba, say something.
Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur.
Oh, who's that Pokemon? That was great. I miss when Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged was funny. Now Martin's just an insufferable twat that wastes his time on Sky, which is a red flag for social media. And I will never make an account there. Ever.
There will I.
It's okay. Rotom foam will save you.
Okay.
Oh god, Ampharos is confused. I'm just gonna say it. I actually had more fun with Metroid Prime 4 Beyond than I did with this game.
Oh, careful. Careful.
Yeah?
Oh, with saying things like that around here.
Okay.
Remember, Metroid Prime 4. Or is that kind of game that elicits a certain reaction?
Yeah, because of the divisive stuff. And honestly, I blame Nintendo. Because the fact that they hid the NPCs before the previews, yeah, not a good look.
The fact that the overworld NPC player is not even unlockable once you've 100% scanned the game.
Yes, and I actually paid for the Samus Plunker amiibo and the Viola amiibo just for completionist's sake. Yeah, Soul Valley can be tedious, especially with grinding for green crystals.
Damn it.
And the NPCs weren't that bad. I mean, yes, Armstrong's a fangirl and Miles is nerdy, but they didn't really bother me that much, and I'm just saying my honest opinions. The bosses were fun, though. I really like the bosses in that game.
Oh, new day is dawning.
Darkness imprisoning me. All that I see, absolute horror. I cannot
Because if
live.
there's something I like in a game, I'll praise it, but if it's something I don't like, I'm going to criticize it. But I do think people were kind of overreacting and blowing things out with Prime 4, because it's not that bad a game. It's got high highs and it's got low lows. And graphically, it looks beautiful. Like, that
Sorry,
game is gorgeous.
Sorry, Alex, I have this really bad cough. I know I need to get it looked at. Because I just feel like it's gonna get worse.
So how is it that a game that's been in development hell for 8 years, despite having flaws, looks better than a modern Pokemon game, and even has a lot of good stuff, even though it does have, you know, some flaws. Like, scanning, it's not as good as what they did in Prime 2 and 3.
Record it to logbook.
Record it to the logbook. Because I feel like the color coding was better in 2 and 3, whereas in Prime 4, if you haven't scanned it, it's colored green, but then, you know, it kind of gets highlighted in a white outline. I'm probably getting it wrong if it's fully scanned. And since the game's recent, I'm not going to spoil anything. Like, yeah, no spoilers. Too soon. Unless you don't care for spoilers anymore.
I'm hoping to get that game for Christmas, so...
What the fuck was
Well,
that?
I think it would be a good Christmas gift. I even
So-
said, well, yeah, would be a good gift for Christmas because it came out just in time for that. And keep in mind, I played it on the Switch 1 because currently I don't have a Switch 2. I'm not getting one this year, maybe later
the
down the road,
swoo.
because...
The Switch 2, aka the Swoo.
Besides, there are only 2 games I'm interested in, even if I did get a Switch 2. Because the only things that interest me are Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza, which I've heard is good, and GameCube games on Switch Online.
Yeah, for
That's
me,
all I
it's,
really care for.
For me, it's Bonanza. And, World and...
Yeah.
Jeez,
With games like Legend ZA
Jumping
and
right out
Prime
at
4,
you.
I'm fine just playing it on the Switch 1. I don't need, like, the Switch 2 editions, because I'm like, why? Why do you need Switch 2 editions? And in the case of stuff like Super Mario Party Jamboree, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, and Super Mario Bros. Wonder, why couldn't this have been DLC on the Switch 1? That would have made sense. But nope.
Oh my god, there's an Alpha Sharpedo.
And yes, I was mimicking its Japanese voice from the Advanced Generation anime. And I may like Nintendo's franchises, but I'm not afraid to criticize certain things. And I guess you could thank Star Fox Zero for that, because, you know, while I didn't hate the game...
that an Alpha Watchog?
Looks like it. So yeah, while I didn't hate Zero, it's kind of a game that
Why does
opened
this
my
thing
eyes up,
exist?
and I started to become more critical and, you know, start to be a bit more open-minded with games I play. One of the worst Pokemon to ever exist. That Smogon made fun of it, and Emil made fun of it.
Well, Emil used Smogon's website to make fun of it.
Yeah. The one thing Smogon's good at is, you know, competitive stuff, and also it's kind of a good way to check what moves are best fit for certain Pokemon. Well, even if you're breeding or with egg moves and shit.
I was about to say I found an Alpha Chabaka.
Yep. Also helps that Arbok keeps its voice. So what you're hearing in the English version regarding Jesse's Arbok, you hear in the Japanese version too.
It was actually kind of sad at seeing Jesse and James having to let go of their Weezing and Arbok.
Yeah, and that's where they had to deal with Rico, that, you know, hunter. He's called Rio in Japanese.
Yeah, his Tyranitar.
Yes. Oh, and a little fun fact. I think the voice clips in the dub for Tyranitar were probably from Mother of All Battles. I could be wrong, but they're just sound effects in the Japanese version, like those monster roar sounds. But I will say, regarding the dub, Eric Stewart was just too hammy as James around that point. Yes, I'm going to be goofy around this point! When I could have been a bit more serious.
No, let's send these women back to the Stone Ages.
Let's send these whiny women back to the Stone Ages where they belong! And I'm still goofy!
I don't know what's worse, based James or based Cosmo.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know when Cosmo was stupid? Wow, look at all the failure!
Damn it.
But yeah, regarding Eric Stewart's
Here's
change,
what
he
you
sounded
think. You're a
better
girl.
around mid to late
Oh, now.
Kanto up to early mid Johto.
You know when
But-
he sounded like this?
Alex, do you remember
Who
when
cares
Cosmo...
what you think? You're a girl!
And then suddenly Cosmo... Oh, and then suddenly Timmy just decides to spite his fairies to make the
Yes.
wish to turn the gender swap them. And Cosmo's like,
Congratulations, you're now Cosmo and Rondo.
why is it that...
Honestly,
What?
Cosmo would actually make a good woman.
Kame! Kame! Ah!
That was a pretty good Kamehameha.
Very nice.
It's
Sorry,
an iconic attack for a reason.
Sorry, I was making a reference to when Timon
That's alright.
makes that quip at Timon. He's like, when Timon makes that quip at Pumbaa, as he's singing his part, one of his parts in Hakuna Matata.
Oh boy, the original animated Lion King film was great.
long as we're not subjected to on-screen porking. From Simba and Nala, because that is essentially what that song is. We are going to port the song.
And if he falls in love tonight, it can be a soon.
Alright, Pig Knight, get in there. Are you kidding me?
Like a pig!
I remember this Alpha Whirlipede, it kicked my ass.
Oh.
So, I was up to a point that's earlier than what you're currently at.
We're getting a little bit cloudy here, I'll say. Too much about
Well, if she knows too much, we gotta whack her.
What we should take care of, boss.
Yeah, take care of it. But make it look like an accident. Don't worry. I'll take care of it. Sorry, I misunderstood.
Joey, it's time to change my butt dressing.
Now what the hell? Let's go.
And yes, those were quoted in 2.5 minutes. Oh, I actually caught an Alpha Bell Strap.
that is a direct reference to what Malawi does in the genocide route. Although it's kind of the opposite here. It's more like he's trying to, rather than trying to destroy the world, he's trying to spare us from
World's destruction.
having the weight of the world on our shoulders as things are kind of falling apart.
Now,
So when I replay all of this on PS5, I'm gonna be going back and getting all the optional stuff.
Playing the console that looks like Seto Kaiba's outfit or body.
Mine looks like Seto Kaiba if he was assimilated by the Venom symbiote, but yes.
And I kind of make this joke that Kaiba's gonna sue Sony.
Tricky? Why are you yawning?
Sorry, Fox, I'm just getting tired. And I'm hungry.
All right, here are your grub tubs.
shut the fuck up, you stupid Triceratops.
Even though, then again, even if Dinosaur Planet stayed the same and didn't become Star Fox Adventures, Tricky would have been there anyway. And honestly, Tricky didn't annoy me that much, but at least you can whack him if he pisses you off.
Hey! Fox, you're beating me! I
Good.
will beat you with my staff! That's not technically your staff!
Don't give a shit.
What?
Does anybody remember that one time at band camp?
You know this one time at band camp?
2202.
I like
In
how
the case of the GX stuff,
There was this one time at
Oh
Duel
my
Camp,
God.
we did this joke before Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged.
It was written on the fucking fire extinguisher.
And also, you know, when the dub of GX started entering gag dub territory,
so Alex,
Yeah.
and since I have to ponder what exactly would be the best kind of I have to ponder what would be what you would have to come, what you would end up coming up with for a scenario in the that thing you and I were discussing once.
It's a good question. I'm actually going through and writing down a bunch of things that happened in my old D&D campaigns. So, as I'm going through that, I might come up with some more unique scenarios.
Which, by the way, for those wondering, I'm not sure if we've talked about this at some point. So, I ended up one time at work getting so incredibly bored that I came up with with an idea so dumb that you would have to be as dumb as the idea to say yes to it, which is a D&D themed around Digimon.
Now, depending on what rules I have access to, I might wind up running it in a different game, because this depends on how much homebrew work I've got to do, because I know somebody's made custom rules for this.
I gained Ice Punch, Psy Shock, and Thunder Punch.
Well, I hope you enjoy those items. I'm just going to stay here in my lab. And no, I do not have certain magical powers like a certain goth girl who may or may not look similar to me or Jade Chan from Jackie Chan Adventures. Hair and face-wise.
That is... The fact that... at all... I gotta get to some of the other... wild Pokemon. Oh dear, there's an alpha one of those things. What can't use, I don't need to keep it.
I want your arms all around me. I want space, yeah, all around me. I want space all around me.
What the hell?
That way, move until the fucking
I swear,
hey.
I swear, the Alpha Houndoom has it out for me. I wish I was kidding. You guys saw that.
Damon, what song was that?
Oh, what I was singing, that was All Around Me by Savage Garden.
I was REM song.
Madwell.
The name of it now.
Madwell. Yeah, you can tell I'm a big Savage Garden fan.
Who wouldn't be?
Yeah. Then again, they had two good albums. Though Affirmation was more personal.
Wow, I got an Alpha. Alpha,
Nice.
guys.
Speaking of music, Backstreet Boys released a 2025 version of I Want It That Way, and I haven't listened to it.
Neat.
I guess because we're not being interrogated.
Well, it's got nothing to do with that. It's more to do with, like, I saw that while I was working out. It's like, I'm not going to listen to stuff right now.
Neat.
So,
And of course, a while back, Nick Carter did the whole solo album Love Life Tragedy.
okay, I caught a Swablu.
And he also redid the song Help Me, which was from his first album, Now or Never. But seriously, Nick's solo stuff is pretty solid.
Alright. And we're out of there. Let it evolve. Torpedo.
No.
Oh, now we're getting another Pokemon incapable of Mega Evolution, and when this Mega Evolution debuted on the internet,
It became a meme.
yep.
Going from yeah to
Alex, how do you feel about the idea of Mega Starmie just being this meat machine?
Well, it's a weird looking Pokemon.
even though Starmie was already good anyway. And it gets good type coverage. You know, just slap on Surf, Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, and also Recover to regain HP.
Time to play Super Piano Kart.
Super Piano Kart.
Yes.
But why, though?
Because that's what we're doing. Goodness. Creative kind. But you have to spare everyone you could.
And there was those times where you were able to. I don't know. I want there to just be
God help me if
a.
you know what that's a reference to.
I don't.
What were you saying?
I just would want to imagine a hypothetical scenario, in Scooby-Doo, where after unmasking the villain, and when asked why he did it, his response should be, "I did it all for the pussy." And now my pig knight is evolving into Embor. Heat Crash. Which, by the way, is actually a really useful move.
Oh, there's a thing over here. You'll hear the ring of heaven's call.
Not the ring. Not the ring when someone's trying to call your phone. You want to know what that? Want to know what the ringtone for that is, Alex?
What?
Answer your phone, bitch. I need to talk to you quick. I presume you know what I'm referencing.
Only kind of. I just died, so.
Okay, in case you're wondering, it's Soul Whatever.
Yes.
Why am I not allowed to swim? I am a human being. I am capable of swimming. And yet this game tells me no, I am not to swim. I am not allowed to swim. And then
And
therefore
it's not
must...
even deep water. It's bloody shallow.
Yeah, come on, guys. You're gonna make me climb this ladder?
And also
And now-
just trying to catch a Pichu.
And now,
Poor thing.
Pichu, you will be mine! Gotcha!
Who also keeps its voice in the anime, except in the new series. Because here's what I question in the Horizon series, which I have not seen. We're gonna dub Pokemon that kept their Japanese voices now?
No, I hit the wrong button at the wrong time. Jockington grows the beard. Midnight the Shadow will grow serpentine. That's interesting. Ow! No! God damn it!
Wait, a Pokemon laid a nest at a construction area?
So...
That's a hazard.
Oh, hello.
Oh, a Diggersby. Well, you're not Bugs Bunny or a certain rabbit that tells you to do a barrel roll.
Wait, did somebody say what I think they said?
Got
Not
Peppy.
now, Peppy. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna keep telling folks about his dead dad. In fact, his franchise is as dead as James.
Oh. I was
That
almost
franchise
there.
is pretty much dead. And you wonder why I
Very-
support fan-related stuff now.
Very, very dead. Mr. Kent.
Yep.
And if you could describe to if you had to come up with a new word for how dead he is, what would it be? Cadaverous.
Cadaverous.
I was almost there.
By the way, yes, this Friday we'll be hopefully this time for realsies finishing King Dragon Ball Z Bridge.
Nice.
Because we've been meaning to get to that for a while now, but
This is fucking Revolver Ocelot levels of precision here.
Revolver Ocelot.
I still love how Lord Quadros ended up making
No.
Ocelot's introduction. Because Damon, you remember that introduction, right?
Yep. Where he basically
Quote Steve Miller.
quotes the Jokers.
Some call me the space cowboy. Some call me the gangster of love. Others call me Shalasashka. You may call me Revolver.
No, I had it. I fucking had
Others
it.
call me Shalashaska, but you can call me Revolver Ocelot.
What? What? My hand!
No. Oh, Damon. Here's what you gotta say.
No! I dropped my gun.
No! I dropped my gun!
You're really that worried about a gun? It's the most
Oh my
important
god.
thing
Oh my god. Oh my
in,
god.
in recorded history.
Yes.
I
Got it.
will take it as silly.
I'll see the tail of hell take crawl.
Kind of ironic how the only Metal Gear games that I've actually finished are Sons of Liberty and Rise.
Oh wow. This is a picture.
And I never hated riding.
It's still funny to me that Lord Quadros' introduction to Metal Gear Solid, the Metal Gear series, was fucking Metal Gear Solid 2.
Sons of Liberty.
I'm like the drug trip game.
It was my introduction too.
I
Nice.
the third game in the series.
Snake Eater is considered one of the best games, and Metal Gear Solid is definitely iconic.
I'm more referring to the fact that Solid is literally the third game in the franchise.
Yeah. I think I know what you meant. I kind of
Because Metal Gear
had a bit of a dumbass moment there.
And then Metal.
Oh, like people don't talk about Metal Gear 1 and 2.
Yeah. More specifically, the PSX games.
MSX, but yes.
Oh, sorry, MSX. Oh, again, this has been another dumbass moment.
Homer Simpson brings you the dumbest moment of the week.
Yep, the dumbest moment of the week.
No!
And of course, they've got the angel blanked out there.
Power up, punch, and play better than Rock Smash, that's for sure. Well, at least there are no HMs, but you can use moves to take care of obstacles.
Yep. Unlike in previous generations where you needed hit HMs to do goddamn everything.
Yep, and the only ones that were actually worth it were Fly and Surf, and after the physical special split, Waterfall. Everything else, just get an HM Slave.
That was funny.
And I will say this, thank Arceus the TMs are unlimited in this game.
Well, they've been unlimited since, I believe,
Gen 5. Yeah, but I think it's Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and Scarlet and Violet where they're not like that. And those are the games I haven't played. It's just from what I've heard. So I can't be 100% or less right about that. It's just...
The flower man
Sometimes
trapped
when
in
looking for some
asylum. Oh,
Pokemon, you can
that's
always
the
try
problem.
Cerebi or
Yeah.
Bulbapedia.
Speak the truth so confidently that you have
Liar! We go out with him!
We are all liars now. It's fun being a liar. Okay, Mr. Scroll. If you say so.
I promise I will not pick you, Eric. I pick you, Eric.
We
It's
call him
fun to lie.
Cyclops.
In reality, it's not fun to lie, but in fiction, well, that's a different story.
One of my favorite bits. One of my favorite knockout animations in Pokemon. One of my favorite knockout animations in Pokemon has actually been in Numble, the old one from the XD Gale of Darkness game. And from Pokemon Coliseum XD Gale of Darkness, where when Numble gets knocked out, he takes a few seconds to he takes 2 seconds to process. He's like, "Oh right, I'm supposed to faint." I just like how that highlights his oblivious nature. Meanwhile, Camerupt is a lot less oblivious. And, Alex, the worst part is any hypothetical approach you'd have for Gen 3, should you ever play it. You're not wrong on that, because unfortunately Sceptile is considered by many to be the worst starter in that worst final boss.
It's a shame because Sceptile has a good design, but would probably get better after the physical special split.
Yeah,
But, I have never played a Delta Rune game, and I don't plan to. Trying to grind up that Ivysaur, huh?
Yeah, cause I kind of also want on evolution.
Mm-hmm.
Ivysaur! Bulbasaur!
Why does the angel
Bulbasaur!
No, it's not pronounced Bulbasaur, it's pronounced Bulbasaur. Because in Chronicles, they pronounce Bulbasaur's name wrong for some reason.
Come on.
Or in Japan, Bulbasaur is called Shigadane.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking. It's like, is the cell phone finally going to work? Sprites for all of these look fairly similar. I know, I'm just kind of...
Now it's evolving.
Maybe I should be looking on the floor or something that's different. Nothing
Now
over
we get
here.
Venusaur. Power
All
Whip.
the windows are mostly the same.
Venusaur!
If this is a repeating pattern of the floor.
Or in Japan, Venusaur is called Fushigibana. Thank you, Pokédex 3D Pro, for having pronunciations in any language, including Japanese.
Surprised Venusaur learns Power Whip.
Crazy they announced free Silk Song DLC. There's been a bunch of free DLC lately. Why does the angel make its cry? What does it mean? What does it mean?
What does that mean? Give me the tone!
Ask me what it means. Ask me what it means. Says M. Night Shyamalan.
Gibble.
So what are you going to point out about this? That might completely lost. Why don't you go leave the area and then go?
No!
Yeah,
Damn
no,
it!
I'm not gonna...
Ah, that's fun!
Yeah, you go ahead and say what you want to say.
odd, given that this Pokemon isn't, you know, considered all that goofy.
And in Black and White too, they use a manipulative, you know, excavator. Sort of a drill bit.
James,
The Sanddials are back. It's only a matter of time before their boss shows up again. There's
you know, that'll do.
Gotta get a gibble.
I was thinking that was what I had to do. But
Are you kidding me? What is it gonna take to catch one of you?
oh my god. Okay,
Gibble.
that's that.
Stop being a dick so Kevin can catch you.
How is it different? I found the spot. How is it different?
Another thing about this is actually catching a Pokemon just before it faints.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be continuing to stream this game. Not
That's-
because
Okay. So let me see. Does yeah, the circle is inverted. You can see the shadows are different.
so
A little bit, yeah.
I'm gonna Alex, are you at a good stopping point?
Let's see. I can see if there's a save point in here. So we wept the fallen star, making rivers with its tears. Then slowly from the bitter water, something grew. It looked like glass. I gotta find a save point, but yeah, I think I'm in a good stopping spot.
Okay, just let me find a save room.
All right. So
Any roots?
I'm probably gonna play something else to take up this game's slot because this is getting a bit much.
Yeah, besides, the Pokemon games have gone downhill anyway. The heart, soul, and qualities mostly.
I will
gone.
try to play this through later, but not on stream because yeah. Well, anyway.
And if you want alternatives, play Xenoblade, Zelda, or even some of the Digimon stuff instead.
Yep. Until then.
In the room.